Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a demo of the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation and the newly released concealer version of it. I wish I hadn't bought it. There's a reason I didn't want to get this, because I had heard genuine, real reviews saying this isn't good. I think too many people have been sucked into the viral trending hype of Haus Labs just because Lady Gaga made it, just because she shows real skin life imagery on it, but it's her brand. She's not exactly gonna say bad things about it. This is £42. This is very, very expensive. Comes in 51 shades, which personally I would say is a little bit too many shades. Sometimes when there's too many, it can become very difficult to determine what your shade is, because I remember the same thing happened with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundations when they first came out. My shade is in 260 light, medium, cool. It's pretty much a perfect match for me, even though I would still say that it's a little bit on the deep side for me, and I only noticed that when it comes towards the end of the day, and well, I'll get into that in a minute anyway. So let me just read to you what they say about this. This is described as an award-winning, who gave it an award? Medium buildable coverage, high performance, clean foundation infused with our proprietary fermented arnica that helps reduce redness, helps even skin tone, and protects from environmental stress. Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and acne prone. It apparently has 20 plus skincare ingredients. So unnecessary. I use skincare as most people tend to use a base product underneath their makeup. There's no need to put 20 plus skincare ingredients in any kind of makeup, but that's just my personal opinion. So getting a little bit more into what this is about, by the way, this is 30ml. Finally, a clean foundation. I hate that term, clean makeup, clean foundation, clean beauty. It means nothing. It's just jargon to suck you into thinking that this is somehow miraculously better than normal foundations. Infused with 20 plus skincare ingredients, this proprietary formula delivers ultra comfortable long wear performance without compromising your skin. Its weightless serum-like texture seamlessly blurs and smooths for a natural luminous finish that wears all day. No slipping or caking. Foundation never felt or looked so good. Now they talk a little bit about the colours, just in case you do want to buy this. Please don't. And if you're interested in what the colour breakdown is, it says, using the science of colour theory, we obsessively formulated the perfect spectrum of 51 shades across 6 families based on your skin's depth and undertones. Our shade numbering system, 590 to 000, is based on the pigment load by shade. The higher the number, the higher the pigment load and deeper the shade. The shade families are deep, medium, light and fair. And I sit within light medium. Undertones. They've gone with the way that MAC do it. So even though mine is called light, medium, cool, it's because I've actually got warm undertones. So it says warm is pink, rosy or peach tones. Cool is yellow, golden or olive tones, which is me. Or neutral, which is a balance of golden and rosy. And apparently it's won all of these awards. Why? Who entered them into these awards and who thought it was good? I don't trust. You know what? This is why sometimes reviews such as mine are so important. So many times you get award-winning, viral makeup, trending makeup that is just there for Instagram likes and all that kind of stuff. But genuinely, it's not good. Now, ever since I got their Atomic Shake lip lacquers, which is what I'm wearing right now, just for the purpose of the video, this is in Rose Shine, and I hated these. I knew that the rest of the range wouldn't be good either. It generally follows. Sometimes you can get hit or miss brands like Fenty, I would say is definitely hit or miss. We do need to question ourselves as to why we continuously buy these things, just because it's been thrown at us by so many people that have either been sent it for free, who are sponsored, who are affiliated, who are linked to it in some sort of way. And they're never going to really tell you the truth, are they? Let me just show you now first off what it looks like against my skin. So I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush, and as you can see me applying it to my face, it's a little bit obvious this is more on the olive side for my skin tone, but I managed to make it work. It has got a very nice serum type consistency, and it blends quite nicely and easily onto the skin. It immediately evens my skin tone, and I would definitely say it's a medium coverage, but I wouldn't personally say it's necessarily buildable, because I still found that there were areas on my face that, despite the fact that I've laid it more than once, it still looked pretty much the same. So it blends nice and easily across my skin, and now you can see one side in comparison to the other side. I don't know if you've noticed, you should be able to because it's still fresh. Got a spot right underneath my nose between my lip, and it was a pretty bad one, and it burst yesterday, and it's still red, raw and healing. So this just just about covers it, stops the redness from looking so obvious, but doesn't cover it up completely. Anyway, so let's move on to the other side of my face, just to obviously even out my entire face. You can see again, it applies very, very easily, very seamlessly, blends nicely, and doesn't cake up or anything like that. It doesn't dry immediately either, meaning that you can seamlessly blend it onto the other side of your face without there being an obvious demarcation line. Now you can see I've got an entire one layer over my face, but I'm not sure if you can tell, you can still see my beauty spot on my face. There is still some redness that is very visible to me. I've got textured skin, I've got acne scars, and I have slight amount of hyperpigmentation. I find that if I look at my face really up close, you can still see all of these things. I would say that it's medium to light coverage more than anything else. Now, because I have got those little areas that need a little bit of extra coverage, I've put a tiny bit extra on top, but it hasn't actually made that much of a difference, unfortunately. So let me just go through what they have said before I move on to the concealer. So they've said that it's formulated with 20 plus skincare ingredients, including our patent pending fermented arnica. I actually think having all those skincare ingredients has affected the performance of this. Made with proprietary complexes. Okay, medium buildable coverage. I'm going to say medium coverage, more on the light side. I wouldn't really say it's buildable at all. Brightens and evens the skin tone. Yeah, I guess it does even out my face slightly, but I can still see my scarring and marks. Long wear performance, hell to the no. Let me see, I think it got to about hour 7 and it started to break down around my nose, around the sides of my nose, around my chin, around my smile lines, and in the center of my forehead. Just to let you guys know, I've got normal to combination skin, and I have used this with powder on top, without powder, with setting spray. I've worn it when it's a little bit chilly, when it's very humid, so I've worn it in all different types of environments, and it definitely does not last long at all. If anything, it starts to break down quite quickly, and I start to look shiny as well. Dermatologist and clinically tested, okay? Non-toxic, non-comedogenic, non-acidogenic, okay? Suitable for all skin types, fragrance and talc free. You guys, I don't think this is a good foundation at all. The way it breaks down is awful. I've got textured skin and it actually ends up accentuating the texture on my face. I actually start to look shiny as well. I haven't had that happen to me in such a long time. I'm generally a matte foundation kind of girl, and obviously I only bought this again because you guys asked me to buy it, and now I'm telling you, don't buy it yourselves. Weightless serum-like texture, sure, that's true. Blurs and smooths for a natural luminous finish, okay? It's in the term luminous. Natural luminous, to me, is supposed to be skin-like. This is maybe natural luminous when you first apply it to your face, but then it just starts to break down and you look shiny no matter what. It never fully completely dries. Even though I've had it powdered down, it still feels tacky to me. It's got a slight amount of transfer as well, and towards the end of the day, my skin looked absolutely horrid. Just thought I'd quickly show it to you up close. Glass bottle, very luxury feel because it's got a luxury price to it, and then you've got a pump on the top which works nice and easily. It's a shame that the foundation is so bad. I would not recommend this to anybody. I think it's a terrible foundation, and the reason why it's so upsetting is because it's so expensive. £42, and it's so bad. And the way that this is hyped, it should be absolutely excellent. It should be a 10. No, I would not recommend this to anybody. Now let's move on to the concealer. This retails at £27. Again, very pricey because Haus Labs is not a cheap brand by any means. It contains 7ml, which is 0.24 fluid ounces. So this is what the concealer looks like. And then when you open it up, it's actually quite difficult to pull out. So be careful. And it's got this medium-sized doe foot applicator, which makes it very easy to apply to the contours of your face. The suction inside is actually quite strong because you have to proper shove it in. Did you hear that noise? Well, so this comes in 31 shades, and my shade is number 23, light medium golden. So it says about this, again, the same with the color ranges, the same as the foundation. Introducing a smart long wear, again the term long wear, clean concealer for makeup lovers, made with high-tech skin-loving ingredients and flexible pigments that seamlessly adhere and adapt to the skin. This proprietary formula delivers comfortable, undetectable coverage without compromising your skin. It visibly blurs fine lines, brightens, depuffs under eyes after 2 weeks of use, conceals redness and hyperpigmentation, and leaves skin looking fresh and hydrated. Validated by a council of celebrity makeup artists, okay, and industry experts, if you say so. Haus Labs diligently identified the ideal 31 shades to meet your concealing needs. Non-comedogenic and suitable for all skin types, including acneic. mature, dry or oily skin, available in 31 shades across 6 shade families and 4 undertones. So I'm going to apply this to my face. I'm going to use it on my under eye area as well as the high points of my face. I generally tend to only apply concealer to my under eye area, as I like my foundation to be able to do the job on the rest of my face. However, I also wanted to see how this would cover the spot in the middle of my face. So as you can see, I'm applying it and then I'm using a Real Techniques damp beauty blender to blend it all out. When you actually start to blend it in, it actually starts to go a little bit patchy, so you have to keep going backwards and forwards. And because of the amount of skincare ingredients in here, I find that you have to set it very, very quickly. Otherwise, it immediately starts to crease on your under eye area. That's again a problem of having too many skincare ingredients within your makeup. Now, I'm just going to set it as I normally would, just using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder. And then I'm going to be setting the rest of my face, because I hadn't set my foundation yet, using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch pressed powder. I really wanted to show you guys what it looked like first off, but otherwise it would have just creased straight away. Now you can see everything is done, everything is set, it looks nice and smooth and kind of covered. But let me get into what their claims are and then what my thoughts are as a result of that. So they say long wearing. Again, no, it's not. This creases after, I'd say, 5 to 6 hours. Again, I would say that that is down to the fact that you've got too many skincare ingredients in here. I would say that it has got medium coverage. I actually find it quite thick to blend out. I don't like thick concealers. Thick concealers you normally associate with more full coverage. This isn't even full coverage. Why are you so thick? Long wearing, definitely not. Not only did it start to crease on my under eye area, it also started to go patchy. So that, in combination with the foundation, which was again patchy, breaking down, you can imagine my entire face looked absolutely awful. It made me look 10 years older than I actually am. Depuffing, I don't know, I use various other skincare anyway. Hydrating, definitely not. I would say that it is on the kind of oilier texture kind of side, but you have to set your concealers. So irrespective of whether you've got hydrating ingredients, it's going to start to slide around because of that. So you have to set it with the powder. So it doesn't really make a difference whether you've put hydrating ingredients in there or not. Brightening, well, again, that's completely dependent on what color you choose. In case you haven't guessed, I don't like this either. I think it's terrible. I do not recommend either of these. This I would give a 5 out of 10. £42. All right, luckily I had like a £5 voucher and some other discount, and I didn't spend the whole amount of money. I would not recommend this to anybody. I have been reviewing foundations for years and years now, so I know what I'm talking about and what expectations are of people for when they're looking for foundations, and this is definitely not it. It looks all right to begin with, but I'm more interested in what it's going to look 5-6 hours down the line. When I'm at work, I don't need my foundation moving and cracking and going patchy and accentuating my pores, accentuating my texture, making me look aged. I'm not interested in my concealer starting to go patchy on my under eye area. I'm not interested in it creasing and making me look like I've got wrinkles on my under eye area as well. I also give this a 5 out of 10, and that is me being generous. So that's it, you guys. What else can I say? It doesn't oxidize, but I don't really care because I ain't wearing this again. A big fat waste of money this is. This, I may mix it with other things and maybe use it then. But again, now the fact that I've got this and this on my face, this is going to break down very, very soon, and I'm going to start looking awful. I have to be completely brutally honest with you guys. Both of these are not worth the money. It should be no surprise that the concealer is awful, the foundation is awful, and the liquid lipstick is awful as well. I'm not buying any more House Beauty products, so I'm just letting you guys know now. Unless something comes along which is revolutionary and I hear really good things, I refuse to waste any more of my money. I pay for this stuff out of my own pocket at the end of the day. Now I'm letting you guys know, don't waste your own, yeah? So that's it for my review of the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation and Concealer. Let me know what your thoughts are. It's been out for a while, so I'm sure some of you have tried it. And if you're thinking about trying it, I would suggest not. So that's it for my video. I hope you guys are fabulous, wonderful, and great. And I'll see you all in the next video.